So I heard there was a birthday out here, so happy birthday. I want to tell you I also recently had a birthday, and I found something out. I found that birthday cakes aren't quite as special when you have to make them yourself. Yeah, I mean, it's just so, I got depressed halfway through. I just started eating the batter. And there's nothing sadder than a grown man licking a bowl, singing happy birthday to himself and slightly crying. But, you know, I was really stubborn about it, though. I wanted my wish still. So what I did was I just took the candle and I stabbed it through the box. And do you want to know what my wish was? You don't have to worry about it not coming true because I didn't actually blow out the candle. It just got extinguished by one single solitary salty tear. But my wish, no, it's okay. But my wish was actually that party stores would sell individual party hats. And that would just make me happy. But it was kind of nice though, because I did end up getting a birthday card from my brother, which is nice, because it's like, oh, it's nice, he thought of me. But then when I opened it up, I just realized that it was a reminder that the juice is still running on the $200 that I borrowed from him last year. Like, I don't know if any of you else have a bookie for a brother, but it's kind of tough. Like, anytime I miss a payment, he sends my nephew over to break my thumbs. But, you know, he's 2, so I can just hide behind a dish towel and get away from him. Which is kind of nice. And if that doesn't work, I can just do this. And he thinks he's already broken it. Like, it's a brand new thing on the uncle pull my finger trick. Like, so it's fantastic. But it really is kind of tough because I am poor from Iowa City. I actually had somebody break into my car and they upgraded my stereo for me, which was pretty nice. But you know, I don't know how many of you out there are doing the rat race and you know, trying to scrape money together. The last time I actually tried to scrape some money together, the spark lit my apartment on fire. And you know, then you got to deal with insurance, and insurance is a racket all on its own. I called them up, I'm like, hey, my house just burned down. And they said, oh, how's your car? I'm like, well, you know, I just got a new stereo, and they upped my premiums. So, I mean, that's not really all, that's not that great. But before my apartment did burn down, I was trying to save money, and somebody told me that one of the things you got to do is you got to put vinyl on the windows. And I don't know what the purists are talking about, putting vinyl up. My house doesn't sound any better. But it is kind of nice because if I do play my house backwards, I do get messages from the Dark Lord. So now I've got a ghost that I got to deal with, and you know, he eats all my food, so it's tough. But I also have cats, so I kind of think having a ghost is the same thing like having a cat. I mean, anytime a ghost enters into a room, you know, there's that cold spot for it. But anytime my cat enters a room, I get the cold, icy stare of its indifference. And you know, with the ghosts, you know, in order to get rid of a ghost, you got to try and complete their mission that they didn't complete in life, which is fine. You know, that I can help them out with. But my cat, all my cat wants to do is sleep on my face so I die. And, you know, that's not good. You know, so speaking of the insurance and going back a little bit there, I did actually try to go to the library here and figure out what I can do for my insurance. And so I went to the librarian, I'm like, hey, can you show me a book that'll help me explain the insurance? And so they gave me the book, and I just opened it up, and it had a picture of my car and just said, don't. Which is great. But I do love books, and I love libraries. And you know, recently there was a scientific study that came out that said that a lot of the older books in the libraries actually have a mold on them that will get you high while you're reading them. And I don't know about you, but that gives a brand new meaning to the Reading Rainbow theme song for me. Butterfly in the sky, I can go twice as high. Yes. Yes, you can. I actually walked by a reading group the other day and I got a contact high, which was pretty nice. But, you know, I gotta tell you, it did give a brand new meaning to the word rolling papers. So that was something kind of different. Thank you, I like that. I always love delayed laughter. It's like one of my favorite things. Like, that's my goal anytime I do a set, is just to have somebody think about something afterwards, and then just have, so that's great, thank you for that. No, but it's kind of tough because I do actually know one of the reasons why I'm poor. It's because you know, I have a problem with alcoholism, and you know, I've tried to go through AA and things like that, and that's always kind of tough because like AA, it's kind of designed for you to fail. Because let's face it, they have the 12-step program. You ever try and go upstairs when you're drunk? No, it doesn't work. But you know, I did not too long ago. I did actually go through all 12 steps in one night. Basically what happened was I got pulled over, and let's see, for those of you that don't know, the first step is that you have to give yourself over to a higher power. And well, when I got pulled over, he told me to get out of the car, and he had a gun. So I think that counts. Another thing that you have to do is you have to make a conscious decision to turn your life around. And well, he told me to take 6 steps and come back. And again, I want to reiterate, he had a gun. But the last and final step that you have to do is you have to go out and tell people about your recovery and your road to recovery so that then they don't make the same mistakes that you do. So I'm here to tell you that if you're going to be drinking and you're going to drive home, don't hang your hand out the window pretending to be Pac-Man eating the yellow dots on the side of the road going wow, 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 wow. Because it doesn't matter, the little critters that you hit are not cherries. And the people that you hit are not power pellets. The cops don't have to stop and help them, they can still get you. Alright everybody, that's my time. Thank you so much. I'm Sean McGee.